Hello everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Journey to the Farlands. 422 today. The world size is probably a little bit bigger than last time. I don't remember how long the last episode was. I don't know if it was actually terribly long. Actually, I do have YouTube Studio right next to me. It was 2 hours, and it was another 3 hours before that. So yeah, 15 gigabytes is pretty good for the display world size anyway. 15 gigabytes, 318.8 megabytes. Brilliance. Up in the world here and actually get moving for the episode. I made an extra shear by accident. Oh yeah, my cursed water is still here. I remember that at the end of last episode. Well, obviously it was at the end of last episode, but I ran into. I used my water bucket, and yeah, that whatever over there happened, and yeah, just leaving it behind. The cursed water can fend for itself, I'm sure. Anywho, I always, as always, don't remember when the last commentary was. I think it's been a few days. I think I've been okay on the episodes. I'm still on schedule, which is good. My other series have kind of been all over the place. It's been a bit, what's the word? A bit, bit gravy. I don't like, kind of just like uncertain with other things, other series is at the moment. So I've just been kind of throwing stuff at the wall and hoping that something sticks. It's been a bit of a storm outside of Journey, so I'm glad Journey is my little area of stability for now. From the elements and things. At least this and Minecraft through time, I think, are like the constant things. I haven't quite worked Renewcraft back into the schedule just yet. Yeah, Renewcraft's back. That's been a lot of fun. I don't think I've talked about that. Renewcraft and all the funness that has ensued. But yeah, I've done that, and I did a My Singing Monsters stream, which I might end up just doing little ones every once in a while, just to unmute the monsters that I get off camera. I think I might just do that just for the hell of it, just do a few streams and see where that goes. And I'm not sure about Subnautica and those series. I will probably pick them back up in a little bit, but I need to rebalance the schedule again. I feel like I've been doing that every week, but a lot of variation and things. I was doing better than Adventure. I think I might do another stream of that, although I'll probably restart with the intention of it being an actual series, just because when I do one-offs, it's a little weird going back into them. Sometimes it's like very fluid, but I feel like this time, since it's been a few weeks, I might just, or maybe it might have been a week, but I don't know. I just feel like starting in a new world and finding a really cool area. I think I might even go and find that area off camera and then just start the stream in the area rather than having you guys need to watch me wander around aimlessly for who knows how long, because I feel like that's been all my videos are. Because Minecraft through time, like 3 episodes of walking basically. Because if you guys don't know, in my Minecraft through time series, I'm settled a few thousand blocks away from spawn in the monoliths, which is an InfDev feature. I call it the InfDev Farlands, although the Farlands do exist in InfDev. But I did kind of settle there, and I was like, well, if I die, I get sent back to spawn, but that's okay. I won't let that happen. But then it did happen, and I spent like a whole episode wandering back. So like episode 4 was going there, and there was like an hour and a half that I didn't even cover in the stream. But there was like quite a while anyway of walking. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I gotta edit out the walking portion of the most recent episode. That's probably why it's so long. But yeah, that was a lot of walking I gotta edit out of the most recent one. I didn't do that for episodes 4 and 5 because those both were very like centralized around the walking around and stuff, whereas in episode 6 it wasn't quite that case. And then I ended up splitting it since I died and I had to restart my stream. I split it into 2 episodes, so that episode 7 of Minecraft Through Time will be coming out next week. So I got a week to relax in terms of Minecraft Through Time, so that's good. I'll be a little bit lost when I come back in another week after that, but so be it. So be it, I say. It gives me that week to focus on midterms, which I'm sure I'll need. So yeah, streams will be a bit lighter going into this next week here. But I feel like I've been doing pretty good. I could probably take a bit of a step back to focus on other priorities for a little bit. Anywho, I didn't quite realize how close I am actually getting to that supposed, April and whatever I've been talking about in Journey for months, for who knows how long. It's always the next break that I'm excited about. I know I'm on one technically right now, but this one was kind of just a relaxation break and not like an actual do anything productive break. It was just recharging the batteries, and it didn't really involve a whole lot of streaming. I still managed to get some good streams out, but I didn't get crazy stuff out. I mean, Renewcraft is something. I could talk about that. That's probably the most crazy stuff I've done. I haven't done much in the way of Journey, which is okay. I wasn't really intending on doing a vast quantity of Journey walking. Probably at least until, like I said, April. I mean, like 2 weeks into April, I think, is when I'll start my new schedule. And I can at least think about that one in advance. Probably going to be doing daily Journey streams, and rather long daily Journey streams. I'll just have to figure out how I'm going to divvy up the other series. If whether they stay the same or not remains up for question. And would that mean even where I am, because that's still like another month and a bit from now, so I'll have to see. But yeah, that is what it is. It's a month and a bit. Like, there's not much time left in my term here. It's crazy how much time has flied by. It always does, though. You just gotta hang on, really. But Journey's been good, and the channel's been good. I've been having a lot of fun streaming, kind of my free time. I've been doing other stuff in my actual free time, but in like the quote-unquote free time, I stream. I'm not just doing nothing or playing a lot of games that I wouldn't really imagine streaming. But yeah, Renewcraft was something. I did not anticipate my return being so swift and just getting back into it like I did. Of course, it had to involve a bit of a compromise, which was moving to a completely new area with no stuff. But at least I have my villagers back at spawn, so it's not really a complete reset because I managed to get my tools all good. I did like 2 streams on that in the new area already, so 2 episodes. And I even played. Well, I don't even know how much I played yesterday. I played a lot of the server yesterday, and I didn't stream any of that. That's what it was, because I was like, I played Renewcraft, but I don't remember doing an episode yesterday. That's because I didn't. I felt like 3 episodes in a week was probably too much, and I didn't really get up to a whole lot that was worth streaming. I wasn't even chatting really with anyone. I was just plugging away at a farm. I actually managed to build a gold farm in my new area, so that's cool. A very good XP farm. I spent most of that time yesterday trying to figure out the sorting system. Oh, that was a real wreck, but I managed to get it figured out with some auto crafters and stuff, yeah, that's cool. I learned some new stuff about auto crafters, that you don't need to use the decorated pots. I mean, you can. It's probably a cheaper alternative, but I just used another crafter for the comparators, which seems to do the trick. I mean, it's a little expensive, but I got resources. I don't need to skimp out and use pots and things. But I did manage to make a gold farm and a sorting system for said gold farm, so I will be getting a lot into the curing, and I'm going to be getting a lot of clerics too. Because I need to get rid of all of this rotten flesh that I have now. I was trying to keep the swords, but I realized it was just more trouble than it was worth, because I'd have to build some kind of furnace array or whatever, and it would just become a mess because I don't have fuel, and I have to build a farm to make that fuel. I may have lots of coal right now, but when I run out of coal, theoretically, like, it's just and you don't even get much from smelting the swords. You get 1 nugget per sword, I think. So really, you're not making much. So yeah, I just added a disposal system at the end after all the friggin' headache. The main actual chests and the crafter system wasn't even that hard. It was just the disposal. That was just a bit of a thing. Because I was wrestling with the pre-existing system that I devised. And probably in the next episode of Renewcraft, I'll put the actual farm that I used in the description. It's a fairly straightforward one. It's not an advanced farm. I'd probably build more advanced farms when I got better resources and better tools, but I'm pretty broke right now. I only have like one max pickaxe and nothing else. I mean, the rest is just unenchanted diamonds, so I managed to do that. And I don't think I really got up to much beyond that because I wanted to get my max gear yet again. The second play session that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get max gear today, and then I just built a whole gold farm. And I left the day with like 90 levels or whatever from the farm. So I get to go back to spawn and grind up villagers again. That I probably won't stream either. That'll be a real mess unless I'm actually talking to people and stuff, and it's like meaningful. But I doubt that. I'll probably do that off camera. So next episode, a lot of progress will be made in between 11 and 12. That's also cool. It's gonna be one of my, I guess, if I make it past episode 15, I think is where I left off in Newcraft 1 last year. So if I make it past episode 15, then that'll be my longest running world, I guess, outside of Journey. At least like SMP style. I don't even think I've done other stuff to 15 yet either. It always seems to be around that like 7 to 10 episode mark, or 7 to 15 episode mark that like my series just tend to drop off. Most of the time it's the first few. I'm being a little generous. Being a little generous. Oh, I see what you're trying to do there, Creeper. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna be out of your hair. Or your leaves or whatever they are. Anyway, no, I've been having a bit of a Minecraft kick again, which it was just funny because I was like just talking about it in like the last few episodes about being kind of in a bit of an odd spot with modern Minecraft and being like, oh, I'm taking a break from the server and stuff for a while. And I guess I did actually take a break for a good month, I'd say. I only really broke that break to play the Jeopardy when I did, but I really didn't pay much attention to the server for that like whole month there. Which isn't really a bad thing. It was nice to kind of come back refreshed. Well, and while I did have to restart a bunch of stuff, I'm even more excited about being able to start my kind of main projects now. Which that I will also have to discuss a bit more with you guys in Renewcraft. Anyway, this isn't Renewcraft, so I won't discuss too much more on my base and stuff. Maybe if I run out of topics later in the episode, but I think I got enough fuel for now. I don't need to worry about that. But yeah. A journey. It was a little bit interesting seeing, of course, I'm a part of the Discord server for people who, well, I think it's just people who are interested in the journeys to the Farlands and stuff, like the Farlanders. It's kind of like the Council of Farlanders Discord or whatever, which I was kind of like, in my head, like, oh, that it would be funny if that was a thing, but it actually is. Like, there's an actual council, and it's great. It's not quite as fancy as it sounds, but it is kind of cool to see some other Farlanders chat and stuff. I haven't been the most active in that Discord. I've chatted a few times, but I've mainly just been lurking, listening to conversations and stuff. And I got to see like a thing of one of the people going to the Farlands. I think Mendevil Dave. I think is that, if that's their username or how you'd say it. But he's like a few million ahead of me, which is pretty good, pretty close to the Farlands at that rate. So must have been going pretty fast. I'm just, I'm soldiering along here, and I'm hoping to probably make a bit more progress like that in the coming months. But for now, I'm pretty darn happy with how things have been going. At least the consistency. That's really what I'm happy about. It doesn't have to be moving mountains, as long as I'm still here. I can move the mountains in April. That's all I'll say. No, but it is cool though. It is cool seeing that, and that the guy Man Devil Dave passed Kurt J Mac, because I think Kurt J Mac's around 10 million. It's 9 point something million, I believe. Let me do my fact checking here, just to not sound complete idiot. Yeah, he's does it say? Oh no, it doesn't say what area he is, but he's 83.5% of the way, and Man Devil Dave's 83.6, and so on and so forth percent. And I'm kind of in a different what's the word, bracket, or whatever you would call it, different kind of group, because I'm going to the corner, which is a different type of journey, as I could guess from having walked to the corner of Farlands for 2 years. I think I know that going diagonally in Minecraft is a little bit different to going in a straight line. I think it is a little slower. I'm not quite sure of that. I think you do actually have to walk more, if I'm not mistaken. Although a lot of like my comments I would make about like the early days of Journey are kind of a bit. It's kind of hard to tell if they were really, really that bad or not. Or not that bad, but it was like walking like 50,000 blocks in a day. I used to think that was because walking in a straight line was so fast. It's not. It's not really. I don't think the difference is that great. Maybe over a long period of time, like extrapolated, it's a larger difference. But from having walked like 250K in a straight line versus the 7.8 million or whatever I've walked here in this direction, based on like that initial stuff, and now the comparison is fairly similar. They're not too far off. It would be a minute difference, and over a long period of time, it would become a bigger difference. Unless I am mistaken, because I've not walked in a straight line for quite some time, so I'd have to do the math on that, which I have not done in a while. I haven't really done like experiments like that. I'm kind of one for doing that kind of thing of like, I don't know what you'd call it, but like going in like a certain direction, like walking in a straight line versus walking diagonally for an hour or something. It'd be kind of interesting to gather data for that again at some point. Not that I'm really all that interested in it anymore. I used to be a lot more into it, but as time has gone on, I've just kind of been more absorbed with the idea of just moving and not really worrying about how. Because really, I'm going to the corner either way, so it doesn't really matter. It's more just like a food for thought thing at this point. And honestly, if I don't do any more experiment things, which I highly doubt I won't do, I'll probably do some kind of arrangement of experiments later. I will certainly, well, not certainly, but I may, do other things like Journey in the future. Not to say that that will happen, because my word is not very, I wouldn't trust a lot of what I say as far as I could throw it, but there's always the possibility of like doing it once now and wanting to do it again after the journey's over, wanting to return to the glory days, even though I don't really think Journey here is the glory days. I guess, well, I'll have to see with the channel. It might just be for the channel, but for me, I'm happy either way. Journey is just it's just been a fun thing to have going for so long. It'll be good when it's not quite as big of a part of my life, though. As nice as it is, it's also a big commitment. And it would be nice to be without that commitment. Like, when I get to the Farlands, I'm still going to play the world. I'm not going to abandon it. Like, I'm not just going to chill there, build a base, and that's it. I actually do have some plans and things, but obviously, once I am done the journey part, I will probably be able to take a bit more of a break. I'll probably need a bit of a break after walking for so long. So yeah, the series will probably be a lot different, but that's future problems for Journey. Oh, hello. Hello, zombies. Holy mackerel. Did I stumble into a cave full of zombies? Looks like I did. Oh, Okay, let me get out of here, please. There must be a spawner in there somewhere. I'm not too worried about it though. Or it's just a cave full of zombies. One of the two. Oh, I'm such a klutz. Gosh, and I wonder why I die so much. Meanwhile, I'm wandering around and falling into caves like no care in the world. If it were hardcore, I probably would actually do the same. I was like, oh, maybe I'd do something different. Maybe I'd approach it differently, but well, you just have to double take there and be like, well, it's probably not quite the case. This little spot here is cool. Let me get a nice screenshot of it. At least with not leaves taking up half the frame. Oh, there we go. The frame. Gosh, what is this photography? Well, I mean, it's a screenshot, so I'm a photographer based on that. Not really. Not really whatsoever. But I can say it if I want to. Doesn't mean it's true. Right. Back to the journey at hand, the task at hand. That is wandering aimlessly for another 4 million blocks. I do look a bit aimless. It's just my nature. I say that, but I also end up turning myself around and going backwards to spawn every once in a while. Not on purpose, but happens more times than I'd like to admit. At least I got some C418 to come in and just be great music. But I heard about I haven't personally had that happen to me yet, but I've seen on YouTube or wherever, Warner has been like striking people using Minecraft music, which is ridiculous because Warner doesn't even have the rights to Minecraft music. But apparently that was like a thing that was happening, and then they just kind of apologized, and everyone was like, "No, that's not enough. Like, you can't do that," and just say you're sorry. You know. Yeah, that's crazy. It's not entirely unexpected with the nature of these things, you know, like the Minecraft movie being under Warner and all that, Warner Chapel, but can't have a day without, without some level of nonsense and tomfoolery. At least for me, a lot of my tomfoolery tends to be purposeful. But the accidental tomfoolery, or like the nonsensical type of just not even being funny or anything, just being like, oh, this again. It's just no fun at all. Alright. I got this bed placed. Oh, 20 minutes. Beauty. I don't imagine this stream will be terribly long. Usually I'd be going late into the night. The late night delirium, kicking and screaming. But I don't know. I'm not feeling like a terribly long stream. I'll have to see. Always nice to have a bit of a shorter one. Especially after the last few. The last few episodes have been rather long, actually. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't get up to that much over the study break. Well, the streams actually were fairly long. Like, I did like I think a 5-hour Renewcraft one, and then another Renewcraft one early this week. I think it was on Sunday. That was like another 2 hours or so, I think. And I did 2 hours Minecraft through time, so about a 2-hour stream every day. So that's not bad. The only day I didn't stream was yesterday, but yesterday, like I said, was just spent playing on the server religiously. It was nice to be back. It is nice to be back in the server, though. Back in and into it. It's got a pulse of its own, apart from my playing it, which is nice, too. It wasn't like a lot of the older worlds where I would like leave it, you know, take a break and come back and literally nothing would have gotten done. I actually did get back in there. I saw some new builds and stuff pop up. It was kind of cool. It was a little cool. I have to admit. Indeed it was. Oh, quick yawn. Oh my eye's bugging me for some reason. I love when my eye bugs me. I have been watching Hermitcraft again too. I don't know if I talked about it, but I was kind of taking a break from that as well. And I'm back into that catching up on my hermits that I've been watching. And finding some other hermits as well to tune into as well. Well, some of the current hermits I've been watching have gone a little quiet, or left for reasons and things. So I've been kind of reworking my hermits that I've been watching. So that's been fun to watch again. It's just such a fun. I just love Hermitcraft. It's so much fun. And I think in the past, I mean, it's not entirely like it wasn't quite in like bad faith that and a lot of like the server members of like the new craft days back, a few years ago, we tried to emulate Hermitcraft in some senses. But I think the best kind of SMPs are the ones that you kind of define yourself. And you don't. I mean, yeah, I think inspiration is good for one thing, and like maybe like gimmicks and things, using things from other SMPs. But sometimes it just didn't really work, and that's okay. Not everything's gonna be applicable to every SMP just because it works for like a very popular public one. And I mean, at least it's exciting for me, and I think the members as well, that we get to bring in some new members into the server through the lobby system, like the screening or whatever. Which that's a thing on my community Discord server. It's not a community SMP, but you can join the community Discord. Then there's a link to join the lobby server for the SMP, where we'll kind of get around to people at us, in due course, and potentially bring new members in. So that'll be fun to bring some new people and make it more of an SMP, I think. Because I mean, up until now, like with the Renewcraft, it's been kind of a bit weird. And I guess some of the other worlds, although it's less noticeable in like the Newcraft 2023 to 2024 thing. In those seasons, well, season 1, season 2 was just dead, but season 1 was kind of more SMP like. I think the most kind of survival multiplayer, I find like the best worlds are the ones with more people, but not necessarily like too much, like um, enough people to have like varying chemistry and stuff, and like you have good chemistry with the server members, and just stuff goes on apart from what you do. I think that's cool. The more of that I can get is the better. Now, I think Newcraft 1 was a real example of that last year. It was a it was like a blend of people that really got along well, and I want to try and do that again for this world. Well, since it's only 4 of us, it's more of like what I would call a cooperative world, but I've been just calling it an SMP, and I think I will be able to properly call it a survival server as soon as more people get into it as well. It'll kind of scratch that itch a bit better, I think. I gotta re-sync my coordinates. I want to try and have them a bit better synced, because I actually do want to run into the spawn chunks instead of walking by them. It'd be funny to just reintroduce myself to them every time. I think that'd be funny. So maybe I will walk in a straight line for a bit. Just to have a bit of fun. I think with my series and things, I got off on this kind of thing of like doing new stuff. Like I did Universe Sim and Supermarket Simulator and all these things. And I think they're fun to do, but I kind of have a bit too much on my plate. I kind of need to throw some stuff off for now. Offload like Subnautica and stuff. The stuff that is underperforming a bit, like Renewcraft, I'm just gonna keep streaming for now, and if really worse comes to worse and it doesn't really perform for after enough episodes, I'll just play it on my own time with the members I've accumulated in that kind of time. I think I just want to stream just to bring the new people in and expand the server, because I don't really got too many other ways to grow the server at this point. At least the traditional servers had a bit of a different means of getting more members, which is just friends of friends and things, which can't really do anymore. A lot of those friends of friends aren't really interested anymore. Or, friends or whatnot, whatever you'd say. Or call it, but a lot of server talk, but that's been kind of the highlight of the week, I think, for me. Was going back and implementing a new system. Oh, I keep forgetting I have Cookie Clicker in the background, so whenever I get a golden cookie, I always get like a sound play, a ping. It's good that I have like that application capture in OBS because because the amount of times stuff would have got through, like in the past, like I always remember when like my Discord was still, like my notifications were still on for my own server, and I would get like a Discord ping like a minute into every stream. Like you could go back into the old episodes and see that. It's pretty funny. Or I'd just be like talking or whatever, or I'd whatever was going on. I think I used to have a starting soon thing, so, but yeah, you like, no, I think it was actually, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was it going off on my iPad. That might have been it. But eventually I just muted it, and the rest is history of it not doing that. Because I've defaulted. Muscle memory is kicking in. I haven't gone in a straight line for a long period of time for a while. I think the last time I properly went in a straight line was probably when I around the time I think it was End of the Line, which is one of the first Journey episodes I ever did. But I think that was in that like 2 weeks when I was correcting the coordinates. I actually did find some more videos of old Journey to the Farlands. I might have to show them on stream at some point. They aren't the greatest quality. They were taken from like a phone or whatever it was. So it's not the greatest quality videos, but you do get to see a little bit more of Journey, like old Journey, which is kind of, I guess, lost to time in a very interesting sense. Oh, I was very lucky that I did not think I would actually get to the chest that time. I'll have to dig around and see if I. Oh, look at that! That was good luck today. Holy. Yeah, okay, I'm good. I was just checking my resources and things. All right, to keep going now. To keep moving and pressing on. I'm on. What was I saying about? Oh, about my base. Maybe I could talk about my Renewcraft base. What am I doing for my base? Well, I've moved. Obviously, I'm just kind of going to talk about it like you guys don't know what the heck's going on with Renewcraft, because I don't think many people will watch that series. So it's a good conversation topic, because I'm always looking for things to talk about. Anyway, I was settled at the starter village, which is called the Valley. And I had this kind of what I now call the ski lodge, after someone said it looked like a ski lodge. And it was originally just meant to be this like Scandinavian kind of built this house. But yeah, it does look like a ski lodge anyway. But I kind of built that. I hadn't furnished it. My next kind of part of the game was furnishing it, and then I moved on to like farms and things. Like I began doing like a blaze farm and villagers. And then I took my break after that. And I came back just this week, I think Sunday. And what I did was I ran off to a new area. Or maybe that was Saturday. I might even. I think it was Saturday. I ran. Yeah, I think Saturday I played the server. I ran away from the valley. I went to this other area, this Cherry Grove area, and I've started a new place called Heavy Metal. I don't know if that's what the actual city part is going to be called, but my trial area to see if I can commit to the area is called Heavy Metal, where that'll be where my starter base is and stuff. It'll be kind of a different theme to the main attraction, which I think is a really nice spot. It's very flat. It's going to be easy to flatten out, much like this area here, except it's kind of sandwiched in between a bunch of mountains on pretty much every corner and bit. But yeah, I built like a gold farm right in the middle of that. So I think my first kind of task for the city is going to be covering up that gold farm. I might even do that. That's like my first build beyond the starter base in the new area. But the style I'm going for in Heavy Metal, which is like the hill next to this city spot, is a kind of industrial cyberpunk kind of vibe. I think I'll kind of go for like something like that. I'll have to hammer out the style as I think of it. But that'll be that area, and then the actual main attraction of where my main base is going to be, because that's just my starter area. So I'm going to move away from there in a little bit. I'll kind of always go back there for mining and stuff, because I have a mine set up. But in this new area, I'm going to be building some kind of, I don't even know what the theme you would call it. It's kind of a gothic style city. So it'll be very cool. But it's also like a futuristic. So it's what I would call a fusion style between gothic and futuristic. And I was struggling to find inspiration because there's not really much out there that really fits in that kind of style. But I did find a cool Vault Hunters base on Reddit that actually, I was looking at like cyberpunk stuff, and they called it cyberpunk. I kind of think it fits that kind of gothic, futuristic vibe that I'm going for. So I will show it probably in my next Renewcraft stream, like the inspiration, along with the gold farm. So you can actually see where I got it from. But yeah, this kind of like gothic, futuristic fusion style is what I wanted to do for a few worlds now. Well, I wanted to do it back in, I think, Java Season 2, and I kind of have put it on the back burner ever since. But I think now I have a really good opportunity to do that. It'll be a bit of a challenge, I think. Definitely a lot of challenges, but I always like to challenge myself in the way of building, because where's the fun if you're not having some kind of challenge involved? If you're building like the same old every time, it's always nice to push a little bit. That's just how I like to build, though, with new styles and things. So it'll be a lot of fun building my first futuristic base, because I tried doing one in Newcraft 2, Legacy Newcraft 2, but it just never really came to be. So I'm glad that I get a second chance at that now. But yeah, what I would kind of say, just to give you a bit of an idea, just in case everyone's like, "Ooh, this sounds cool," is it's this kind of grayscale kind of theme, like a lot of grays, like tough and deep slate, like a lot of dark blocks, maybe even blackstone. I'll have to see what kind of blocks. I think concrete probably. I could build a concrete exploder thing. Or actually, no, I guess you can only do those exploders in Java, so I'll have to figure out how to get lots of concrete. Probably just a manual concrete farm. But I'll probably be using lots of concrete and like dark blocks, and then I'm gonna kind of match that up with some kind of bright blocks, maybe like bright concrete in the interiors, and the main kind of thing from the outside will be the stained glass. I think I want to do a lot of stained glass in the builds, and maybe on the larger scale builds, I might try and do a more prismatic kind of look with the glass, where I've seen someone do like a large scale build and they made like the windows multiple layers of glass, and you can do like this, like, well, I've seen it in Hermitcraft before with like this fog effect, but I want to try and do something like that with the windows on maybe a larger scale build. The smaller stuff, I'm not going to worry about, like the gold farm. The thing that's going to cover up the gold farm can be pretty simple for now. I'm going to try and get more experimental as I go, but try and keep it all within the same theme. But I think it'll be nice to build something a bit more unpredictable where I can just throw more builds in as I please rather than building something like huge that like basically if it's not all built, it's just a failure. Well, not a failure, but you know, if it's not all built, then you know it's like, oh, I need to finish that. I mean, it'll probably still be that way anyway, but at least it won't look that way. Like you know, at every stage, I kind of hope for it to be in some kind of semi-state of completion, because then that way, when the world does end, if it does, well, I'm guessing it probably will at some point. Like it's not gonna go forever in theory, but then that way at least it'll look complete. That's kind of my goal. But it'll probably be in that like, kind of state of unfinishedness for a while I'm kind of still doing things. But no, I'm definitely looking forward to it though. I explained it to Devin, he seemed to like it, but I guess I kind of brought it up to him as like this idea of me doing a bunch of. Well, I won't talk about this because this I don't know if I'm doing or not. But I was gonna basically do like a whole project, kind of like what I was doing in Newcraft One last year. And I might be doing that and combining that and this idea. So these ideas might get married together, but I'm not quite exactly sure on that just yet. So I won't talk about that. But I do know that I will be trying to do something along those lines, some kind of prismatic, gothic, futuristic base. So that'll be cool. It'll be very exciting. I always love a good challenge. So yeah. But apart from that, I don't think I really have too much else to, talk about today. Just all that goodness. Oh wait, mackerel. Water being water. I love beta. Beta and all its oddities. But yeah, I think after this stream here, I'm gonna hop on to Better Than Adventure and find myself a cool base location in a new world to start from scratch in. Because I don't know if I'm completely sold on the area I'm doing in the current world that I did last year. Or not last year, last week. So I'm gonna try and do it again. Because I just saw on like Reddit someone found a really cool area and I was like, oh, I need a cool area like that. So I'm gonna spend a bit more time looking around for it rather than what I did last time, which was just I went quick and I basically just settled for whatever I could find because I didn't want you guys watching me walk for 500 years. So I'm gonna walk for the 500 years off camera. That's probably my best idea, and then tomorrow I'll probably start season 2 of Better Than Adventure formally. So that'll be exciting. I'm looking forward to playing that again. I know it's kind of more beta-esque Minecraft, but I think it's different enough from Journey that I could stay interested in it if I had a cool enough base. But at any rate, which my coordinates almost resynced. Maybe I could push a little bit further. But I guess I don't really have too much else though to say beyond that. I think still have another series in the works, but that'll probably have to wait until after my term is over. I guess I actually have, in that sense, I have 2 series. I have another one that's been on the waiting list for a while, but that's gonna have to happen when I get back. It's one I actually did in December, which is Factorio. I'm probably gonna do another Factorio series. It'll be a multiplayer one, so that'll be fun. If all that pans out, I'm hoping to do some kind of multiplayer Factorio series. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a good lineup, like that journey, maining journey, that, and whatever else I do. I'm assuming Minecraft through time will still go. I mean, literally the world got reset and I'm still doing it. Like, there's not really much that can kill this series at this point. I'm just interested in it no matter what. It's just such a cool series to me, playing through Minecraft's versions. And I've been on the fence about release in that series, so I'll probably have to wait and see. But still, I'm excited nonetheless. Even if I do just play alpha beta. I mean, I've got like 7 episodes in inf dev, which is wild to me. Hello, zombie. I should probably get to building my bed here. Did I get a thumbnail? I might go for one more day. Gosh. I say I do hour streams, but I think honestly I reach 50 minutes quicker than I reach an hour in most episodes. Because then if I go to the hour, then I usually go above. Then it's like an hour and 19 minutes or whatever. Hello. I would stream better than adventure finding the new base, but like I said, I didn't really want to stream me walking around like doing nothing. Not journey, okay. Okay, I want to try and keep the walking to one series. At least the main kind of thing of walking. Not intentionally, but I just figure you probably get enough of walking out of journey. You don't need to go to other stuff and also see me walking there. And then you're just like, okay, this guy just does walking. He's a one-trick pony and that's everything. That's everything to it. I think I actually do have a journey episode or something called One Trick Pony. I was like, oh, that would have been a good journey episode. But I think I already have something along those lines. Oh, look at you. You're raiding my stream. I guess I never asked. What would you prefer I call your username or whatever, like your handle? Would you want me to say Blaze Aqua? Raid. Yeah, you got the whole raid rolling in. I haven't been raided since Fig raided me like a long time ago. With like 5 viewers, so I was like, oh my god, this is more people than I've ever seen. Blaze. Yeah, okay, I figured Blaze would probably be what you'd prefer, but I just wanted to ask anyway. Then I could at least call you Blaze, and you can call me Beam or whatever. Shorthand. Full thing is just too much, yeah. It's kind of the same for me. Like Beam of 4 is a bit of a mouthful. Just say, Beam is usually what I prefer. If not my real name. Which is usually what most of the server members call me by because they just know me that way. Also, wow, you got the voice reveal. Crazy. Yeah, I got to hear what you sounded like. Got to chat with you from the other side of the pond. Where I was the viewer. And you were the streamer. Oh yes, maybe I'll grab some wool. Ooh, yeah, I'm a little short on wool. On the wool. I was just talking about Renewcraft and a bunch of things, some of my series and stuff. If I do end up doing this for a while enough, I might just do better than adventure in this stream. Just because I have to wander around in that. In a new world, so that would be very in line for a journey stream. I'll cross over, but I'll have to see. I'm just chilling in the walk here, otherwise. Depends how long things go on for. Because it was funny, I was like just getting ready to wrap up the episode just because my natural commentary was trailing off, and then Blaze comes in with his raid, and I'm just right back in the mojo again. That's all it takes. I think that happened a lot in back when Cherry also watched the streams, where like I'd just be like doing my own thing, and then Cherry would join, then the commentary just goes a whole another direction. That's just how she goes. That's the nature of streaming. I actually do prefer the kind of the viewer influenced commentary rather than my own commentary. It's not bad, my own stuff, but it's a lot more unpredictable with other people. I like that. Now, where can I find me some more wool? I need all the wool. I think I called you by the full name. Yeah, it's not. It's not like I don't prefer it or anything. It's good. Beam of Four, it's fine. But I just I figured since people often go by shorthand, I think shorthand is probably better. Just for fluidity and pronunciation and all that. Finna call you Beamer. Beamer. That's what a nickname that is. Just kidding. I like how you get like a highlight now that you've rated my stream. It's like Raider from Blaze. No, that's good. I can see it. I got like friggin' flashbang by it every time I look at my OBS. Got it. So, yeah, I've only had a second monitor. Well, I guess I've had a second monitor ever since I upgraded my PC because I got a second monitor not too long after that. But it's been nice having a second monitor because then I don't have to look at my iPad all the time. Raider from Blaze. Yeah. Oh gosh, now I'm seeing like double. You're gonna make me go crazy at this rate. The late night delirium's already starting here. It's not gonna help. It's a very well established thing in my streams when I do late night streams. But I'm doing pretty good so far. Not this again. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. You stream long enough, the late night delirium takes over. It's no joke. It's no laughing matter, even though I'm laughing while I'm saying it. Which really shows how serious this topic is. Millions of streamers affected. It's like that friggin' mesothelioma commercial all over again. If you were one of your loved ones, it's just like this. Oh, look at that. Speckles of water. God, I liked how I looked over, like I thought that tree was a structure. Like there's no structures in beta. Structures aren't a thing. Well, there is actually structures. There's spawners, and there used to be the InfDev house, or the InDev house. I don't remember which one it was. And there was the pyramids and things. So there were other structures, but beta is chill and just has the spawners. The mossy cobble house. Yep, can't beat the mossy cobble house with all the items in the chests. There is actually like an old village prototype that actually kind of did exist. I think there's a beta mod pack that has it. But yeah, there was like an old village prototype, I believe, which is very interesting to see like a beta-esque built village that wasn't like release or whatever. Like it's still like the same blocks that you could build the modern Minecraft. Well, not modern, not like village and pillage villages, but the legacy villages. You could probably build them in beta and not really bat an eye, but it's interesting seeing like a very like cobblestone and oak wood kind of type builds. Wonder if I could find a screenshot of it. Unless that is just a mod, but I swear I could have sworn that actually was a prototype. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, it's a very like back of the mind kind of thing. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, I should pause my game. I don't want anything happening to me. I know this game. Village. Where it was like the pigmen or whatever. Like went back when. Yeah, it was this. I guess I could just save the, oh my gosh, the image is so high quality. It's definitely not blurry at all. One of the tutorial builds I had in it, I think. Or, well, the tutorial builds had it, I think. Oh yeah. That was another example. I guess that was from 2012 when the villages had already existed, but it was kind of its own thing in its own light. That's what I'm talking about, the village here. This is Notch's prototype, so that's very interesting to see. I think that's mossy cobble and stuff. Yeah. Back in the days of when the villagers were called testificates. Well, that was before villagers. I think that was when the pigmen discussion was still going on. God, pigmen would have just been so cursed. And they're just empty too. There wasn't any furnishings in them. I mean, very, very old Minecraft because the spawners hardly had anything going on apart from the chests. Look at the title, the TU3. TU3. Oh, to village. Oh yeah. Yeah, I played. I think I have. I don't know if I have the TU3 one, but I have like the original one. Why do they all have shaders? I want like one that looks like straight out of the world. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Now I got the pictures. Okay, I'll show it to the stream here. Let me see here. Like this one you're talking? This is the one. Oh, my monitor is just going crazy there. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one I have on mine, on my Xbox, after getting rid of the update file. Like the original one. It's very nice. Let's see, that's another example of an old village. Anyway. Old Minecraft was something. Back when the end was called the Skylands and the people actually, I believe I think I've told the story before. It's probably one of my friggin' like things or my catch stories, but I do believe that the original like name for the end came about because of when the Enderman first got implemented. It wasn't even like the End Dimension because the End Dimension was of course based around the Enderman. But back when it was like the Skylands and not just doing stuff, people wanted to call the Endermen the Farlanders because the Farlands were like still, I mean, they were talked about back then because Kurt J. Max series had started. And Notch was like, oh, why don't I just call the end or the Farlands the end? And then I think that's kind of where it came about for the dimension itself. So that's very cool. What's up, new PC? I don't think so. I mean, I upgraded my PC, but you probably watched me after that point because I upgraded my PC like 2023, I think. Like late 2023. Technically, it is a new PC. It's like friggin' the ship of Theseus or whatever, where I replaced like every single friggin' part by the end. I had some survivors, and I just ended up replacing those. So I guess in a way, maybe if you watch like before that time, I feel like there's a lot less lag. Oh no, I changed a lot of stream settings. That's probably why. I had a lot of drop frames for a while. I think I've always been plagued by some sort of issues. Oh yeah. So I think that's why. I just changed a bunch of my stream settings. And the streams are also, I think, 60 FPS. So they might also look smoother. And the mic's also different ever since Better Than Adventure, Season 1. Since everyone was like one person was like, you should change your mic. And then everyone else was like, no, I like the nostalgic mic. I didn't even notice that was the thing at the time, but I guess I don't really have like the greatest mic. I just have a headset mic. Like I don't have a professional streaming mic. Maybe one day I'll get all the fixings of a streamer, but yeah, anyway. Gosh, I'm too good at this rambling thing. Mine's a headset, yeah. I find it's pretty common with small streamers. Like I don't really need a big old headset if it's not that big of a deal. Bedtime. Yeah, it's bedtime. The ritual of going to bed continues. Oh, I actually do have to do a hidey hole. The mic I used right now for this stream was a Bluetooth one, so not as good. Yeah, I think the one I'm using right now is Bluetooth as well. It's through just like a chip to like my computer. I have to keep it charged, which was a fun thing to take notice of in the old stream or in streams for a while, was when the mic died and I just I kept talking because sometimes it plays like a sound when it's about to die, but sometimes I'd miss it in commentary and then I'd just be talking and realize, oh, I've been silent for like half an hour. And then I just realized I could keep it plugged in and I can still talk through it. So I was like, okay, I might as well just keep it plugged in whenever it goes low battery so I don't have to risk it. But that happened for a while. The mic I normally use sounds better. You might get to catch it tomorrow if I do my assignment soon enough. I'll have to see. Right. But yeah, mic stuff is always interesting. It was interesting getting a lot of people in a short amount of time brought into the channel through Better Than Adventure. So I'm kind of excited to do more of that. Because it was a really popular series, and I think it probably won't do as well as it did initially, but if it can do like a fraction of how it did before, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Just it was a fun time, and I think it's a fun mod as well to get into the old Minecraft spirit again. No school for me tomorrow. Oh, there you go. I've been off for like about a week now, and I've been loving it because, man, yeah, it's a grind. Gosh, my headset's cranked up, so the Minecraft music's like super loud. And it's not even that loud on the stream because I have it turned down, and the OBS picks it up even differently, more differently than my mic does, or my headset. I mean. Yeah, I'm good actually. I was like, do I need anything? Just wool. Anything before I go out. Alright, I guess since I'm continuing the stream a bit, I can probably go a little bit and resync my coordinates. And if I make it far enough into the stream here, I might just switch gears to Better Than Adventure on stream. It's not really stuff I'd want in its own standalone episode. I'll just create a new world and stuff. Nether run when? Nether run. Oh, Nether run. I haven't done the Nether in a while. Was that you that initially got me going to the Nether? I don't remember. Someone got me pushed. Oh, maybe it was you. I feel like it was, because that was like around the time of the marathon and stuff. And I haven't done a marathon in a long time. But maybe in like April or whatever. Yeah, it was me. Yeah, okay, I feel like I remember that. That was like Farland anniversary. That was a while ago. That was the last time I went to the Nether. I'll have to do a Nether run again, probably in the coming months. The series is about to go crazy after April, I'm hoping. I've got quite a few months. I'm actually hoping to reach the Farlands this year, and not like in a way that was like, oh yeah, I'll reach the Farlands last year, 1 million a month kind of thing. Like, it's definitely a thing I could do. A long time ago, I said, go into the Nether, it will get you far. Hey, that could be a good way to bring me along to the Farlands. Why is the snow so bright? I know. It's like real life. Because I've forgotten where I put my sunglasses, so whenever I go for a drive, since it's winter right now where I am, the snow is just blinding sometimes. Well, not really on the road, but when I'm like walking around in the snow, yeah. Mainly just the glare from the sun. That's why I like sunglasses, but I can't seem to find my pair anywhere. Anywho. Doesn't snow where I live. Oh, you could probably consider yourself lucky in that case. But I feel like a lot of people who are like Cherry, it didn't snow where she lived for the longest time until she went to school. I'm assuming out more north in like Minnesota or whatever. But where she was from, like in Texas, she said it didn't snow hardly. So I love snow though. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, that's what I was like saying. Is like a lot of people who like don't get don't get snow always like adore snow. They're always like, oh, I love snow. Look, I've like months out of the year where it's like blistering, well, not blisteringly hot is the saying, but where it's like super cold is a whole thing. Or very cold, like frigid. Like if you get like casual snow and it's not super cold, it's kind of nice. But like where I am, I get like lots of snow and it gets very cold. So it's just like as winter as it gets. Well, if I go more north, it will get more winter. But there's a lot of strings attached to winter. You know, it's like on paper, it's really cool. Winter's really cool, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff like the road conditions and shoveling and plowing snow and all that. It's kind of fun walking in snow though. Snowshoeing, that's always fun. I haven't gone snowshoeing in years. I gotta do that again. Too bad it's like winter's almost over. Actually, I was like winter's almost over, but like, oh, Christ, it's not over. I got a few more months of it. I'm sure at this rate. It's like started to warm up, but snow way, bro. Snow way. Way. Snow way. I say way. Oh, I get to do a fun. I'm gonna go submarine, go Kilo Crazy Man methods. Oh wait, can I even go underneath? I think I can. I spoiled it already. My party trick. Right. Is it gonna behave? Oh, I think I did it incorrectly. Hang on, let me pull another boat. Wait, what happened there? Okay, maybe I need to get down a bit lower here. There we go. Come on. Okay, it does work. I got it in the end. Submarine. I just remember like from the little bit I saw of Kill Crazy Man, like him doing this and like the boat hopping was like all I took out of it. Phasing through the terrain. It's always a good parlor trick. That and like the jitters. Like the thing. I think you should to grow bigger you should put a lot of time into editing your videos. I think it would bring a lot of people to your YouTube channel or YouTube having more subs, like 1 to 5K would mean a lot more people in stream spend time editing in your free time and making thumbnails. Yeah, that's actually something I've kind of lulled in and out of doing. Although I mainly edited the stuff that, well, yeah, I didn't really do the greatest, so that's probably why. But I've definitely considered it. Mainly the reason why I haven't really done it lately is because of time constraints, but I got lazy for real. Yep, that's for sure. That's just the way she goes. Like honestly, like other commitments, just like school and everything has really gotten in the way of like that kind of stuff. Like a year ago, me was like, yeah, spending time editing and making jokes in your videos could make your videos 10 times better. Oh, I'm sure they could. I mean, not really Journey, I guess. Journey I wouldn't really consider editing, apart from like maybe breaks, which is what I really only used to do. But like the server and stuff, I would definitely consider editing. If I was funny. Oh, please. I've considered like well, it's been like the age-old debate for me, like the yeah, not like this. Yeah, like SMPs or like maybe like my smaller series as I would consider editing. But Journey is something I gotta like capture all of it. Yeah, these streams should be raw. Yeah, I keep Journey as raw as it get. I keep I keep Journey as straightforward as it goes. Pause. Resume. No, like I tried doing a recorded video for Newcraft last year, and it was just weird. It's definitely gonna be something for me to get used to. Also, maybe making like a video about you reaching the Farlands. I think that would be good. Yeah, like after I get to the Farlands, I'm thinking of somehow figuring out how to compile a montage or something like that, or like some kind of like in case you missed it kind of thing, because it's like however many 100 episodes and no one's gonna watch all that. So I think it'd be kind of fun to have like a video like that. I've considered that. That I could probably figure out how to do. It would probably involve a lot of weird dancing around things because I don't have like actual files for my videos. So I'd have to like screen record and all sorts of things, but I think it'd be fun. Someone asked about like a movie or whatever. I don't know if I'd be able to do any kind of movie for Journey. Oh, hello, Creeper. I don't think I'd be able to really do a movie on Journey. I don't really know how that would work, but I could definitely do like some kind of compiled episode close to the end of like a bunch of my favorite moments. Whatever I friggin' remember at that point. It would have to be like the most memorable stuff because like yeah, there's a lot of like stuff I remember being fond of, and I just probably would forget that by that point. Like I think like the spawn chunks and maybe I could show off screenshots and things because I don't have videos for absolutely everything I've done in this world. Oh, like start of the video on March 14th, 2022, I started the quest for the Farlands. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, on August 16th, 2022, I started my quest to the Farlands. Yeah, I could definitely like people. Someone was like, "You should script stuff," and like this and that. I'm like, okay, I could consider that for like that, like scripting that video. I would definitely consider doing. That would be an interesting like thing to try scripting on. Don't think I'd like script like my Renew Craft and stuff, but I think Renew Craft would benefit a lot from being a recorded series because I could just record it as I play it, and it won't be quite as inorganic as it is because I tend to like stream like pockets of playing, but I think I would much rather like to record it throughout the week and then upload it like once a week or something. And then you get a lot more in the episodes, a lot more broad that and less so like, oh, let's go and work on a gold farm for like an hour, and then I got to do like the rest of it off camera kind of thing. And of course, I'm missing like hours and hours of playtime. Well, I wouldn't record hours and hours of it, but like there's a lot to be learned though. I think that would be an interesting idea. I just don't know if I'd be able to do that in my current state of like not having much time. That's all. I could do something maybe less ambitious, like maybe more like once every 2 weeks or once a month or something, but that's something I've considered. I'd have to get an actual editing program, considering I've only really edited my episodes on like YouTube Studio, which isn't really what I would call built for editing. It's mainly, I think, to just get rid of like audio portions for copyright, but yeah, I never really got into the editing thing. but it'd be nice too for some things. Like also you messing up would be also funny. Like at this point, I was in my lowest I've ever been. Like instead of been, it's beat and you get mad. I wouldn't force it though. Yeah, exactly. CapCut is good for starting. I'll have to see. I know Devin was using what was I think that Filmora. That was what Devin was using when he edited his episodes. But yeah, like I said, I went to like try and record it, and it's a lot different. I'd be using Clipchamp too. Oh yeah, I got some options anyway. But I just know like it's a lot different to streaming, so I would have to really change my tune a bit, like planning out the episodes a bit more, like based on what I'm doing in the server or whatever it would be. Yeah, no, don't force it. But if you mess up, it might be funny. I got some stuff like that. I It's a little bit more tricky to find moments like that in Journey. I I remember some of my iconic deaths. I could do those, like a montage of iconic deaths. Like it would probably be a bunch of montages like that in the final thing. Like I couldn't really like comb through my episodes and find moments of me just like no commentary walking into like holes or whatever. Like that just happens like every other episode. Like I would actually have like stuff that's probably like more like memorable. Like when I fell into lava, or when that skeleton knocked me off the hill, or the creeper blew up my bed, explodey bed, or stuff like that. I just kind of get moments like that. I don't even have to try because I'm just such, like I said, a klutz. But yeah, I have lots of time to think about what to put in a video like that. I'm sure some of the titles already remind you of what to put. Yeah, see ya. See you around. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, no, the titles do remember. I can remember a lot. Like I did an episode in or morning, yeah. Christ. But like in my episodic extravaganza, which I did, like some of the episodes were like 2 years later, and I still managed to remember a lot of like the contents of videos. Like I could just like remember a lot of the highlights. So I could refer to that episode too, because that episode I go into detail about some of them. Like the 2 parts of that episode, because it was like hours of it. That was a very easy commentary, because it was just going through my episodes and just kind of talking about them and some of my favorites. That would definitely be a good starting point if I wanted to like go back to early stuff, because I've done so much Journey that it all kind of tends to meld together, and I really only remember like the extremes, like the most memorable, like the ones that I was the most excited about, like foray into shenaniganry and chaos theory and uh just trying to remember some off the top of my head, but a bunch. What version is this? Beta 1.7.3. I probably could do with putting that. Well, I already got hundreds of these things. I was like, probably could do with putting it in like the video, but like the title. But yeah, it is beta anyway. Beta Minecraft. The version is, in case you're curious, I think 13 years old. I guess it'll be 14 this year. 14-year-old Minecraft, ain't that something? Back when I didn't even play the game. Way to make me feel old. So out of touch. I did play the game in 2012 when console was in this kind of stage. So I did actually play this kind of stage, but I didn't play like original beta. Get with the times, old fart. A lot of my Minecraft playing, like I've talked to you about, was in modern versions. I played Minecraft for like a decade before that, but or not a decade before that, because that would have landed me in 2009. I did not play this game in 2009, but from 2012 to 2019, I did play the game. But I just saying, like, I didn't really play it seriously until 2019 to to now, because I'm still playing it like that now. Wasn't really like a cutoff. Always just kind of lulls in between the worlds. I had to take a. It's a good version, not too many stuff added on, and it's simple. Yeah. Yep, the old beta Minecraft is a very simplistic, and I think it's a simplistic version, and it's also a part of the stage of the game that I would call liminal. I don't think release Minecraft is quite as isolated as old Minecraft feels, just because there's not as many structures. Well, there's only one structure in beta actually. Like there's not really like structures or a lot of the implementation of the mechanics, so it's a lot slower. And of course, a lot of people back in the day used to play with a little fog, so there was that as well. And low fog is interesting. So yeah, it's an interesting stage of the game for sure. I've always really been into old Minecraft because that's where my roots were. And beta 1.7.3, funnily enough, the last kind of version, a lot of people have like major nostalgia for, at least a lot of the old players, like the Golden Age or whatever as it was called. Is also the last version of the Farlands, so lands me right smack dab in the golden age of Minecraft if I wanted to go to the Farlands, which I did 2 years ago. 2.5 actually, pretty soon. I just did like one of those faces, just like ooh, it just. Back when Herobrine was terrifying. Yeah, oh yeah. I remember the days of Herobrine. The absolute sheer terror. But I did debunk Herobrine in this world. I built the Herobrine summoning thing back in one of my outposts in Journey. I think that was in August of 2023. But maybe Herobrine's just been in the background the whole time and no one's seen him. Like, you just imagine like looking back like a few years later and someone's like, "Did you see that in like that one frame?" And the Aether portals, so many dreams crushed. Oh, the Aether portals as well. I think I remember falling for that one. I was like, "Oh, the Aether, yes, definitely not the dimension," which I was soon to discover. But the Aether is just a whole nother level. I really gotta play the Aether one of these days. It seems like a really cool mod, by the way. Very fleshed out, kind of like Twilight Forest. I actually played Twilight Forest a few years back. Well, not a few years, it's actually a lot longer than that now. A few years back, I was streaming. What are you trying to do now? Go to the Farlands. That's my main goal here. Oh, hello, Skelly. I got 4.5 odd million blocks left to go in my journey. And whatever kind of happens between here and there, bases and whatnot, is just kind of left up to chance and things, how I'm feeling. It's really the big thing with this world. Going with the flow. Very me series. Just so happened that journey was the one thing that I happened to hold on to long enough, apart from like the servers, which are just so friggin' disjointed Minecraft servers. But this is like the one thing that I've managed to stick with for years on end, so I think it's safe to say I will at least see the Farlands one day. I'm hoping soon, actually. I'm planning for this year, but we'll have to see. 4 million is no cakewalk. Ow. That's kind of an interesting formation. Might as well get a good screenshot of it, a good look at it. And my next base in Journey, which will be the first base in almost a year, will be, I think, in April. I think that's what I'm planning to do, my next base. It's just been crazy that I went that long, but I also did a mining outpost, so I guess it's not entirely unheard of. Got me, I'm not really... man, I think it's going to be a case of this side being the cool side. So weird. A year? A year since my last base. At least when I was like building stuff and grinding materials. I guess my last like diamond gathering session was I think around the end of Farland anniversary, so around like September, I think, or August of last year. But the actual base itself was June. So I've just been wandering for that long. The longest I've gone in this world without a base. I don't need a screenshot of it. I didn't need it anyway. It usually happens with a lot of stuff that I walk by. I sometimes just I'm like, oh, that'd be a good screenshot, and I just like, I take a screenshot too late, and it's just not a good angle. I'm like, oh, just missed that one. It's okay. I've got lots of other monuments to run into. Or not monuments, all sorts of things. I'm closest to, I think, either the two, I think this is the 2/3 mark, not 3/4. 2/3, I think, is 8 point something million. 8.2 million, I believe. So I'm almost 66%. So from 66 to 100, that's quite the jump in a matter of months, but we'll have to see. That we shall. Got lots of viewers today. I'm not used to that. I haven't seen like 5 viewers in probably over a year. Usually it's only 2. Maybe 3 if Cherry and someone else are in. Back when Cherry watched. Cherry doesn't watch so much anymore. I think it's just because Cherry's so busy now. I probably wouldn't watch as much if I was as busy as I am now. If I was like watching a streamer. But Cherry carried a lot of the viewer scene for a while in Journey. Sam, I can only get my moderator and a few people here and there. Yeah. I've learned that Twitch is something. If you're not like whatever people do, like taking advantage of the algorithms or whatever, or, you know, really like splurging out and getting all sorts of like a cool setup and things and like face cam and all that, then you're just kind of in the dust. I'm fine being in the dust. I actually like being small, so it's been nice to be small for this long. I'm not necessarily pushing to grow my channel into you know, astronomical stages, because that's not really. I mean, it's not necessarily even that it's like something I don't really think is feasible, but it's just that something that's like, I just like being small. I like being able to talk to everyone and not like get rushed with like chats and stuff and not really be able to keep up. Very nice to just get to know everybody. Makes for a very nice. Yeah, as I say that, one person leaves the stream. One of the lurkers was like, "Oh, he's on to us." I'm sure I get a lot of lurkers because when I was doing like that opening thing for the server, one of the people who actually opted to do that, I think a few of them actually said they were like lurkers, like they hardly chatted. So there's probably a lot of you guys. Respect to all yous. You don't need to chat to be valued. I think that's very true. I'd probably be the same way. I'm not the most talkative person, funnily enough, for as much as I talk in Journey. If I get into a good conversation, that's another thing. You'll probably have me lost in conversation for hours, but if it's like in public, yeah, I'm definitely not nearly. I'm definitely a lot more awkward. Probably why I'm so good with the streaming is because it's like, of course, it's just like people in chat or whatever. I don't know they're actual people, but like, just through chat makes it's a lot nicer. I like level with people that I have not talked to a lot. Whereas in real life, if someone I didn't really know talked to me a lot, I mean, I'd probably be able to make a decent conversation, but I think it's a lot easier. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's not even like I don't even have any like issues socially or anything, but that's just what I've observed. How's my cookie clicker doing in the background? Ooh, hang on, I gotta buy some upgrades. What's annoying is all the bots that appear. Oh yeah, tell me about it. I've of course, in doing Journey this long, I've ran into my fair share of art bots and link bots, and gosh, I just closed Cookie Clicker and then a golden cookie appears. Christ. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I always get like those freaking zesty links and like people being like, oh, check out my blah blah blah, and then or I always get the people being like, oh, I'm an artist. Yeah, I've gotten like freaking hundreds of those freaking artists. And, like at first I was like, oh, I was nice to them. I was like, oh, okay, I made conversation, and now I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I just like, I can tell what's going on here. I know the rigmarole bots, okay, or whatever they are, if they're bots or not, or actual people, conscripted, conscripted. Well, it feels like that sometimes the way how robotic they are. That's why I think they're bots, but they could be actual workers and stuff for like a business. But then like I remember Cherry got like was like talking to one, they got like all confrontational. It was funny. They were like, oh, it's just stirring the pot or whatever. Like, oh my gosh, just leave the chat if you're gonna be a friggin' gonna be like that. Kind of funny though when Cherry eggs them on, or when viewers egg them on. I remember I got two of them at the same time. They were talking to each other. I was like, oh, small world. I don't think I get too many other bots beyond that. I think I get like the probably if it's not like lurkers, then I'm assuming I just get like the odd like bot like that just watches consistently. I don't know why there's bots that do that if there are. I'm assuming because there was like that period where like, my channel had like single digit subscribers and I was still getting one viewer per stream. So I'm assuming that was probably like bot, and I'm assuming that probably continues to this day to some capacity. I wonder why that's like a thing. Like what that benefits. Or who that benefits, like having like bots on streams. But anyway, and then I get those people who are like, "Oh, go to this website, buy viewers." I'm like, why do I want to buy viewers and followers? Like, am I really that desperate for numbers? Like, if I'm gonna get the numbers, I might as well get the numbers naturally than like pay for them. That just feels like so just wrong. That's just it's not really in the nature of it. At least how I see it. Oh, I was gonna jump, but I was like, don't jump. It's you got plenty worth living for. It's not that. No, it's just the water. The water was one block. Even if I did make it, I probably would have taken the damage. Old beta-isms. With the one block water. Yeah, you can still take damage in one block water in beta. That's why I don't MLG water bucket. Someone was like, someone was like, "Oh, you should MLG water bucket," and then that might have even been you, Blaze. I don't even remember who it was, but it was someone was like, "You should MLG water bucket." And I MLG water bucket, and I was like, "Yeah, that's why I don't MLG water bucket." I think it's better to earn viewers than buy them. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Because like, what does buying viewers even do for you, or like that kind of thing, like buying numbers? I remember when I think it was YouTube did like bot purges or whatever, and a lot of stuff like the numbers went down on a lot of things. It's just super weird. I guess it's like appealing to people to like go to a channel and be like, ooh, they have like lots of subs or whatever, but then they see the videos have like no views or whatever. That's like what, I don't get it, even in that respect. Just if you're gonna do it, you might as well just do it and let it kind of work naturally. Then live the fabrication. Because I like numbers, just as much as the next guy. But like, really, you're gonna go those lengths, spending hard-earned money on just numbers. I can do inspect element and get numbers. Inspect element. Yeah, just give myself 1 million subscribers, just like that. But just because it says 1 million doesn't mean I actually have 1 million. I think the real value is in the actual experience behind it, and the actual like knowing that actually is something you work towards. It's just like the journey to the Farlands itself. It's like I've always gotten people that were like, "Oh, why don't you just use the Nether? Why don't you just uh, teleport or that kind of thing?" But that's the thing. The whole journey is just built on this whole thing of like the journey. It's the fact that it isn't just a straightforward thing like a lot of things, and that it is just something that's just simply a time investment. That's all it is. Like you can't speed it up in a lot of senses. Like I go to the Nether occasionally, but I don't like the Nether. I definitely do prefer the standard overworld journeying than the Nether because doing a lot more mining in the Nether. And it's not to say that I wouldn't do something in the Nether later on, but um, I just like the traditional journey sense of like the overworld and the 12.5 million blocks. And you can't really expedite that if you're not going into the Nether. Like I could do like the boat thing. That's probably about as much expediting as I'm doing. But I think the real worth is actually reaching the Farlands at the end of that. And I think like another journey would be worth it in its own right, but just because of how difficult it is. But so I don't. It's just kind of based on principle of the world here, I guess, based on like how I basically was inspired by overworld journeys to the Farlands. So I want to do an overworld journey myself, and not another journey. But it's very interesting anyway. Very interesting. Kind of like that though. Kind of an analogy for that in a sense where it's like you can go there in like a split second, but like how does it feel? Or it's just like a kind of thing of like you can like have all sorts of like things summoned into you. Have you almost died in the journey to the Farlands? Oh, not almost died. I've died tons of times. Oh boy, yeah, it's been a rough go. I mean, I'm not the most survivalist kind of character or person, so I do die quite a bit in Journey. My most recent one was in the episode Splody Bed when a creeper and a bunch of mobs, like a creeper blew up a bunch of things, and then I died, but luckily my bed was still there, and I respawned right next to my stuff. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes I go to like the last bed or whatever if I didn't build my bed yet. That's the worst because then I have to try and retrace my steps. And that's hardly when I always lose my stuff. Because I find when like you die in beta, like there's like that counter. Like honestly, by the time I get to my stuff, like regardless of how long I've been in the chunks, the stuff always seems to disappear. Although the one time I remember it did like go through the world or something, like something weird happened to it, like the man-eating boat bug. I couldn't really avoid those. But as I talked to people about it, it seemed that like the fact that I hop in and out of the boat actually does prevent that bug from occurring. because it's all based on like this momentum kind of building or whatever, like this like accumulation, maybe like fall damage or something. I don't know. It's kind of like the lead thing in Minecraft, like now, like where if you have like stuff in a lead, it accumulates fall damage as it's like dangling. I guess it's kind of like that, but for beta with boats. Where like if you hit like the shore, then you like take all that damage at once. And even with diamond armor, you probably won't survive. That happened like a few times for me. And one time it happened and I went down to like half a heart and I survived and I was like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. But yeah, it has not been a cakewalk for sure. I have died a lot of times in this world. And even at one point had the world go completely AWOL and get deleted. I managed to even survive that somehow. Through thick and thin. I mean, just as you imagine it, like the game just slowly breaks down over time. I mean, there's such thing as the jitters, which is a programming related issue with the game in going out super far, which is fixed in modern versions, of course, but I could depatch it for a second and show you what the jitters are like, because talking about them doesn't really do them justice. I could be like, oh, it's a visual bug. That doesn't do them justice. Nothing is stopping you from doing. Yeah, yeah. Basically, like this, you could throw anything at me in this series, like completely friggin' this world coming back from the grave, kind of type stuff. I'm still here. Where is it? Where's the jitter fix? I have jitter. Oh, there it is. It's the Farlands jitter fix. That's the one. Okay, I haven't seen the jitters in a while. They've gotten worse, but I think I covered them. Wait, no, I don't know if I covered them since 8 million. They might actually be pretty bad. I'm a little worried. Let me just turn around. Yeah, the outline. We don't worry about the outline. Oh, yeah, they've gotten worse. Oh, they're so much worse. Yeah, this is what actual unpatched beta is like out at this distance. It's called the jitters, as I call them, and it's something to do with the location, the game's location of the player, I believe, gets like less and less accurate. So like, it doesn't really affect gameplay because I can still play the game normally, but it's just super weird. It's just a bit jarring. I got rid of it just because it was hurting my eyes a bit after a while of walking. I felt like it wasn't like the most lovely thing to look at, and it's not really, there's not much point in having them. But unpatched beta here, folks. An Optifine is even worse. Oh, don't even get me started on Optifine. Optifine, what I call graphics shredder, is a whole other level above this. For that one, I need the old epilepsy warning. It's bad. It's bad. Especially out this far. I've not seen it out this far either. Do I even have Optifine? I don't think so. I might not even get to show that one off, but I could probably show a screenshot. I'm sure I have a screenshot. Or maybe even like an old Journey episode. I always like to show off this stuff. So don't worry about like pausing me or whatever, like my journey, because it's dust in the wind. Dust in the wind. What episode was it? Trying to remember. The Edge, it was the Edge of Destruction. It was a while ago, so that it's probably gotten worse since then, but let me see if I can get it here. Journey to the Farlands. Which episode was this? 59. Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. I think it was like the same occasion of a viewer coming in, and I was like, oh, I gotta show them this. It's always my party tricks. Where was it? Was it like later on or early? I don't even remember when it was. I guess I would be able to tell from it being paused. And like a certain terrain. Oh yeah, the fog. Yeah, the fog is always another one too. I do. Looks like the world just gets shredded. I call it graphic shredder. It's like a paper shredder to the game. Oh, it's super weird, like rewinding a Journey episode because it's like me going backwards. I don't know if I'll be able to see it, but anyway, I could probably just. I don't know if I'll worry about it, but it is kind of fun looking, regardless. I paused it here. Oh yeah, no. Oh, here it is. It was pretty early on. Uh, I could probably play the episode segment for it. That's weird, like looking at like an old episode of Journey and like while I was in Journey. Even worse visual glitch than the jitters. No, I'm not. I'm only gonna leave it for like
Oh, you
30
get to hear the
seconds
old
here,
mic too.
so you can skip ahead like a minute in the video, or you can just avert your gaze if you're not comfortable with looking at like flashing things. Yeah. Oh no is right. Oh no is right. Yeah. Avert your gaze if you're sensitive to this kind of thing. Uh, just warning you now. This isn't even this is like the jitters. It gets worse as you go on. Like if you're at spawn, you're fine. You're fine. But if you go far enough, like the jitters, it gets bad. Uh, yeah. Yeah. This is why you can't use Optifine. Just don't use Optifine this far out. Oh god. Oh god, the world's being eaten. Oh, okay. That's you get the point. You get the point.
Oh, that's good. Always love the Optifine bug.
It's always a good go-to. Just showing you how screwed up beta and its mods are. Let me see if it'll pick up Journey again. Come on. Good. Yeah. Journey is just what a time in beta. Oh, I wanted to do some better than adventure, but I'll have to see. Cause now I've got the allure of reaching 8,100,000 today. What have I done? What have I done? I'm this far in. I might as well just go to 8.1 million today. Maybe I'll just do better than adventure off stream after all. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll just do it tomorrow too. It's getting pretty late, and if I decide to keep going in Journey like I am, then yeah, that's the thing. That's I didn't even think about it. Yeah, it is so meta for me to show like an old Journey episode in a Journey episode. It's like Journey within Journey. Like it's like when I think at one point, I don't remember when it was, but I actually showed off like the first episodes or whatever to like Cherry. That was probably another moment like that where it's like meta of like looking at like old Journey episodes during Journey. And I only realized how like weird my mic was back then. Only like after Better Than Adventure because when I changed my mic settings and stuff. That was just like the unbalanced version of the mic. And I wouldn't even call it very balanced now. I'm not very good with audio. I did what I could. I think it sounds okay for being like a friggin' headset mic. It's about as good as it'll get, I'm sure. Or like fine tuning that from there for only like the audio files or whatever. Only they'll be able to be like, oh. No, I don't. At this rate, I don't know if I'll be able to make it to 8.1 million. It's only like 9,000 blocks, but 9,000 blocks is a little wander off. I'll go to 2 hours and see where I'm at. Cause maybe at 2 hours I'll just switch to that Better Than Adventure to prepare for tomorrow. Oh gosh, the squid buoys strike again. Yeah, I could just tell that they're gonna do that to my boat. Oh my gosh. Silly sillies. The squid buoys strike again. Oh, I'm out of wool. I've not grabbed any wool. I don't need wool, luckily. What I do need is boats. Boats. I might. Why did I? Oh, I must have just dropped the crafting table. I was like, silly me. That's why I have two crafting tables. Because I have one that holds the slot and then the other one that I use. Gotta keep the seat warm. Oh boy. Oh, there goes the boat. That hasn't happened in a while, I don't think. No, this is in the moment in the no commentary where I'll be doing this. No, I don't rage. I actually don't. I'm not much of a rage player. You know, I don't have baby rage. I mean, every once in a while, sometimes it gets the better of me. Or I'm just in like a state of complete confusion like I was in like episode 199 or after 199 of Journey where I was just like, I don't know what to do. And I remember like you could probably watch the what was it called? This current state of things, I think is what the episode was called, or the mini-sode, because it wasn't even a main episode. That mini-sode is so funny. I'm just like, I don't know what to do, guys. I'm not like, I'm not upset, but I'm just like basically being like, I don't really know where to go from here with Journey. That's why I was like, do I restart? Do I do all manner of things? That was the time. Episode 199 to 200. A real turn of the tables, but one more day. One more day of Journey, and then I'll just, well, we'll see. I might just do the Better Than Adventure off camera. Oh gosh, freaking update notifications and scheisen.